What's up, people? This your boy, Rod. This is the Bayou Contractor channel, and I'm here to bring you another episode of Building a Small Rental House, episode number 4. This is the part 2 of building the exterior walls. As you can see, we got it all standing up. We got 4 walls standing up right now. But what I don't have in it is I haven't put any of the windows and doors in at this point. So in this episode, I'm going to show y'all what it takes to get those windows and doors in. And I'm going to kind of bring y'all with me on this journey of building this little rental house. Now, again, you got to be efficient when you build these little rental houses because you want to make some money. So you got to know what you're doing. You got to be very smooth with getting it in. So we'll talk about it a little bit later on the show on how to be smooth and how to make sure you make the money and get yourself properly in the right position to build these rental properties. So anyway, stay tuned, man. I'm going to bring y'all all the issues that come up. And as you see me build these on these build episodes, you're going to start to see some just things that pop up that you got to deal with when you're out here trying to build one of these houses and getting them up off the ground. So, man, y'all stay tuned and check it out, man. Thank y'all, man. Like and subscribe. Appreciate you watching. Enjoy. All right, people, what's happening? So, what I'm going to show y'all today, look at this. So, like I tell y'all, we deal with water here. Woo. We deal with water here. We deal with water. So I got to cut and get this water out of here, but it rained last night here. I hadn't been back here in a couple days because I had some other stuff to do. We knew it was going to rain. So we got it to a certain point, and man, you could see the plumber was doing a little digging on the side right quick to try to find some stuff going on it. It's muddy, baby. It's muddy. But the good thing is we put that sand down, so that sand makes it so where we can still walk on it. We can still kind of move around on the site, even though the water is like that. That gives us the ability, because mostly we got river silk is what most of this our sand would be considered. So that's what we're doing. I got to cut these back. I just put these on the side. I got them all even, only because at the time I knew it was going to rain, but we're going to pull those back, those ply OSB back. I'm going to cut the top one 4 foot shorter so we can have them staggered going in. And today I'm gonna try to get all these doors and stuff framed in this morning. Before everybody get in, I'm gonna try to get the windows and stuff framed and the doors framed. Kind of finish that framing of that stuff. I say framed. Yes, probably framed in. So that's what I'm gonna do today. And we'll get this stuff cleaned up, get the water out, and then we'll go from there. As you can see, I went on ahead and cut that. I cut it out. Well, this is where the front door is going to go, but I went on ahead and cut a block out of there so that way I could let that water come off of there. Man, look how much water. That's what I'm telling you. sometimes you got to work with whatever come up, man. And sometimes it's going to be things, you know, this water today, but you never know what it could be. It could be high wind. It could be something else. You know, It could be, I mean, you know, what goes on out in the world. So, but again, you got to live to just get around it and figure out how to just keep on moving and keep on doing what you're supposed to be doing. So, but again, once this water gets out, we're going to get the regular scheduled programming. And then all we're going to do is I'm going to start getting these walls, the doors framed up, the windows and the doors, all these openings. And again, I could have framed them up, stood them up, and did all that. But my goal was to try to move the job along. And my whole goal every day when I go here sometimes is you can't do it the same way you want to do it every time. If I did one at a time, then that would be one thing. But doing multiples and getting these houses kind of going, you know, I just push it through. And sometimes it's going to be out of step. So right now you see me just breaking off where I actually studied through. And basically when I do that and I know I'm going to actually not put a window in or opening in, I stud on through it. And I just take the stud out and I use that stud again. I can cut it. I could just use it as a whole stud, you know, depending on how you take it out. And you get used to taking them out. So I'm telling my guys, hey, don't frame this, don't frame that, leave this. That start getting them confused. They start marking them, maybe putting the studs on the wrong marks. So I just let them keep on going. And then I come back and I'll get here like on this house. I'm gonna get here early in the morning and I'm gonna start doing my thing, getting them all cleaned up, getting them ready to go. See, again, I'm cutting all of the opening clear, and then I'm gonna check my marks. Now, let's talk about double checking. When you're framing, doing any carpentry, double, triple check. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be doing things twice and keep on doing things over and over and over again, trying to get it right. You want to do your due diligence on the first time. Again, they got a lot of things. They say measure once, cut twice, measure once, whatever. You heard it. You need to do it. Practice it. Make sure you get it in, because that's what you should be doing. So yeah, I'm again, you see me just kind of stepping, looking at the door, and in my mind, I'm going through, making sure the opening is the right size. Sometimes, again, you would do one and it'll be wrong. It'll be a little bit wrong, and you got to go work on it. Actually, I ain't gonna tell you now. I'll tell you later. But I get stuff wrong still, so it doesn't matter how long you've done it. You're gonna still get things wrong. So don't worry about it. You know, do your thing, but take your time, but work efficiently. If you're trying to make money doing rental properties, sometimes you're going to be doing this for an investor. Sometimes you're going to be doing this for just a regular customer that's going to end up turning it into a rental house. But most times it's going to be an investor, or it's going to be yourself. If you're doing it, make sure you are not incurring costs and your moves are deliberate. Even with your body, you doing things more than one time and working yourself double hard or double as hard to get the same thing done. Sometimes that's not smart. So you gotta be smart to make sure you're not just incurring any cost in money and any cost in time. It's all a cost. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. But anyway, and I'm gonna tell you one big thing, and you're gonna see me bringing that piece of wood. If I need a piece of wood like that, I go find that wood and I use it, because waste. You wouldn't know how many times, and I've been taught this since I was young. I've always worked like with my father, and there's always been a thing of waste. Do not have waste. The least waste you can do. That's if you, again, working for an investor, you're working for yourself. Your goal is, anybody can just cut through a bunch of wood and throw away crooked wood and not pay attention to it and don't remember what's on the pile, so they can go back and keep that pile so they can use that for blocking, or they can use that wood for other stuff. You're trying to use every piece of wood in this house that you go by. Waste is bad. And you got to try to figure out how you build a good house with the least amount of waste you can do. And a lot of times people don't really think about it. A lot of times people don't really understand that. And they'll see a crooked board and they'll throw it to the side. And before you know it, they got 40 crooked boards there. I go to job sites, man. I see wood stacked up high, man. I'm like, God, what you gonna do? They burning good new wood. On this job, I don't throw away a piece of wood that's new on this job at all. We use every piece of wood that we can. And that's just the way it is. And if you're not gonna be efficient and effective, then it doesn't pay to do it. Anybody could build something with an endless budget. I've always said that. And if you got a budget, and being a contractor for so long, I've always understood this, that there's no project generally that I do, really, that nobody have ever really walked up to me and said, man, I'm gonna give you just an endless budget. You could just run it. I know if I'm into the home building or the home reconstruction or the home whatever it may be, if I'm doing renovations, whatever it may be, there's a budget. So you have to be able to do what you need to do within that budget, and that's hard. But that makes a professional, and that's where the professionals are in, because when they tell you a price, they're giving you your budget. And when they stick to that, everybody's happy. And as a professional, that's what you try to do all the time. Of course, there's unforeseen things, and that's something different. But in the new construction, there shouldn't be very many unforeseens. If you got experience, you should know it. And you should be able to deliver a product that's of quality and on budget and on time. No matter, again, if you got water, like I said, you can see I got the water out. You can see that water drying up where it was. And I'm back to frame. Back at it. So, again, you can see it's kind of take me a little while on the front door because I'm making sure this is the front door. I'm checking everything again, checking it twice, tapping everything into place. Then I'm going to get everything set up, and then you're going to just see this thing come together, and I'm going to have all these openings done, man. And again, this is the part I love. But remember, I said in other episodes, I'm framing it this way because I got some roof trusses that are going to be delivered, and I need to be able to put those in as soon as they get here. I don't want to have to play with it, so I'm trying to I don't want to put them on the ground and have to leave them on the ground. We're getting some wild rain out here, so we get rain here every day pretty much right now, and I didn't want to have to deal with getting that wood wet and then trying to get it up and get it in place. It just makes it harder. Sometimes to start warping the wood, you got to work a lot harder to keep the wood and keep everything square. So what I do in this case, I'm saying once they get here, they're gonna drop them the next day. I'm gonna be putting them on up, and I have them designed those roof trusses. I had those roof trusses designed to where they can span the whole side, from side to side. They can span. So I don't need the interior walls in place to put them. So I'm gonna get this done so I can hurry up and be ready for when they come. And like I said again, you gotta kind of do that when you do it. You gotta kind of know. This is being a contractor, man. This is what you gotta do. You have to try to get through the project in different ways. So again, you're gonna see me checking everything, making sure everything's square, getting this door in. So now this is all of the openings. You can see the openings in the front. That's the front door. You can see I got the two front windows in, all the side windows in, the back doors in. And what they're doing now is they're just going around putting the OSB on the outside, getting that sheathing ready. And what I'm doing is I'm actually putting the hurricane clips up on the top for the truss when they come. So again, this is just a steady progression of moving through it, making sure the job is moving. And like I say, man, the next episode of this Building a Small Rental House is going to be episode number 5. And that's going to be installing those roof trusses, man. So we're going to bring a crane out to install those roof trusses, man. So come out, man, and watch me. Take a look at it. That's going to be the next. That's going to be the next one up, man. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.